where I say Yahoo is Boydie Boo. Say that just shows that my brain's not fully functioning. Okay, so I thought I would do like a little vlog to show you what I'll be doing in isolation. Because as you know, the coronavirus is going round. But I'm not in isolation because of the coronavirus. I have an own little virus of my own, apparently. No, I haven't been well for the past few days. It started on Saturday, where I'm not a diabetic. Well, as I know of now, I'm not a diabetic. I've talked about before in my vlogs that I've got polycystic ovaries, so that kind of means that my body functions differently, because obviously my ovaries don't work like, how would I describe it? Someone whose ovaries work perfectly fine. Mine work kind of differently because they form cysts, so it means my periods aren't regular. But if my periods aren't regular, and because of these little cysts, it kind of has effects on my body, so it can like cause me to have like dark facial hair or dark patches on my skin, acne, my mental health. It can be harder for me to lose weight, but it also affects like my insulin as well. So my body produces too much insulin. So when my sugars drop, it's very unusual for me, because my sugar levels are normally like bang on. Like they're supposed to be like the perfect is supposed to be like 7. Between 7 and like 7 or 9 is like okay. Anything above 9 is too high, but anything below 7 is low, but anything below 4 is like critical. My sugars have been dropping below 4, like it's crazy, and I don't understand what's happening, but it's affected my body, and it's just a dog. I was just wondering if it was my mom, but it's just a dog. But so on Saturday, my legs, mostly my thighs, started shaking, and I couldn't walk, and I felt freezing cold, and my whole body felt as if it was shaking, but not physically. Like if you were looking at us, you wouldn't think, oh, she's shaking. But I felt as if I was shaking. I felt my arms were heavy, and I was like, what is happening? So my mum, because my mum's a diabetic, she checked my sugars with a sugar machine, and they were like 4.5, and she was like, that's really low for someone that isn't a diabetic. So, and my legs haven't been like shaky like the way on Saturday, but they kind of feel tired and weak, and I feel as if I've got zero energy, and I feel kind of breathless, and my chest is very tight, and I've got a bit of a sore tummy as well, and I've been getting headaches. I just kind of just want it sorted, to be honest with you. So I kind of like, on Sunday I was fine, so I persevered and I went to work on Monday and Tuesday, and I think that kind of had some toll on my body, even though I only work 5 days. But when my sugar levels are like really low, I should have been taking it easy and just relaxing, and I didn't. I went to work, and then on Wednesday I was crashed and burned. And luckily on Tuesday, because I was like, something's up, I ended up with the virus going around. It's hard getting appointments, so luckily my doctor surgery are doing over the phone appointments. So I told the nurse, because a lot a lot of doctors aren't taking any appointments or any calls, so the nurse kind of like agreed to do a consultation on the phone. I told her my symptoms. She sent us for bloods and for urine for lactose or something like that. And another thing is my blood's really watery as well, but I won't get my results until 4 o'clock today. So work sent us home. So now I'm kind of in isolation. I'm kind of not. But I was supposed to be on holiday anyway, starting from Saturday, so they brought them forward. So all good. So I can relax. I can find out what's wrong. I can put it right, and I've got time for that to put right. So, anyways, that's that. That's why I'm in this situation. So I thought it would be a good idea just to show you what I'm doing while I'm not at work, because obviously it's not like I can go, even when I get well, I'm still on my holidays, it's not like I can go to the cinema or to the restaurant or anything, because most places are closed because of the government's recommendation, which I agree with anyways. So this is what happens. I think my holidays are going to be me being at home, me recovering. And I think it's what I need. I think it's time for it. I think it's just my body saying, look, you need to relax. You need to just take a chill. Because yes, I don't, like I say, I only work 3 days a week, 5 hours. But it's what I do outside of work as well. And I think it's just me saying, take it easy, Shannon. Take it easy, Boydie. So this is what happens. Oh, another part of us is thinking this might have something to do with the coronavirus. Maybe it's another virus that's going around. I don't know. But today, I am revising for my Queen's Award. So I'm almost completed my Queen's Award. Thank goodness. Not that I haven't enjoyed doing it, but I just wanted it to be complete. So the last part of my Queen's Award is the exam. And as I've talked about also in my channel, my videos, my vlogs, I hate exams, I hate tests, I get super nervous. Even though I'm not blowing my own horn, I can hold knowledge quite well and information quite well because I've got quite a good memory. But for some reason, when it comes to exams, I overthink things and I start panic, so all that information goes kaput. But I found out that if I really, really revise and just drill it in, I get a better result in exams. So that's what I'm doing. So I kind of have my little Queen's Award booklet here, and it kind of explains what the tasks are. So the tasks that were in the whole Queen's Award were initiative test, which you have to pick through 2 tasks or challenges, and I picked one to cook a meal for people in my church that I don't really know, but even though I do know pretty much everyone in my church, I picked, at the time it was our minister and the GB's representative, I think, of our church, and his wife, because they were very lovely people, and I was very fascinated to get to know them. So I had to cook them a 3-course meal, and then I had to do a paper on what I cooked, an article kind of thing, and then they had to send in a review of what it was, and I really enjoyed that actually, and I learned a lot about them. And then the other task I did was to interview an ex service member or GB member, and I went to this little old lady. Sadly she passed away, and it kind of pulled on my heartstring, but I went to visit this little old lady, and I had about 10 questions to ask her, and I was there for 3 hours with this lady. Oh, but it was so fascinating because I got to hear all about her GB experience, and it was so lovely, and I really did enjoy it. But I had to write like a newspaper article and send that in, but I got clear that was signed off, so that was that bit done. Then it was volunteering, and I kind of started volunteering on Messy Church in our church, but then it kind of, as the year happened, I was in Ghana. So this was 2017. So I think I started my Queen's Ward 2016, 2017. So I was in Ghana volunteering. So that was passed for my volunteering section. I think you had to do over 92 hours, I think. So I passed that bit. You had to, there's a part where you had to be in Girls' Brigade. You had to have a good attendance in Girls' Brigade, a good attendance in church, and keep a record of like your church experience. And what else was there? Oh, and a personal project, I think it was, where you had the options of doing like a poem or story or art, an art piece or poster or a written piece, and I decided to do a written piece. The person with dyslexia decided to do a written piece, and it was quite difficult than what I thought it was, but I did enjoy it, and I ended up doing a piece on inspirational women, so all the women that are in the world that inspire me. And Girls Brigade Stacey were really impressed with that, so I was like buzzed. So yeah, so and Esther Generation, which I've vlogged about before, I had to go to Esther weekend and get signed off, and then the following year I must have impressed them so good that I asked us to come back to be part of the leadership team. So so yeah, so this is the final part of the exam, and it's took us years to do this, and it's almost close. And the exam was supposed to be Saturday, today is Thursday, and it was cancelled because of the coronavirus. But that means when I'm off, I can revise, so I know that I know all the answers. So basically, 12 minutes. This vlog's going to be like an hour long. I apologise. So, the exam questions are based on the monarchy, so the Queen and the Royal, and who's in heir the throne, the government, politics, the flag, I think, British citizenship, in Girls' Brigade questions, I think. So yeah, so it gives you, there's a lot to take in. There is a lot to take in. Like, a lot. Yeah, so I think I was good to remember all of them. So yes, so what I've been doing is I've decided to, because there's about 7 pages of stuff, maybe 10 pages of what I've got to revise on, and that is just a rough idea. There's like a test sheet, a practice test sheet, and stuff like that, but there's a lot to take in for this test. But I think the test is only like 20 questions long. Let's just check. Ooh. 20 questions long. So it's not big, it's not huge, but you don't know what questions you're going to get. It's kind of like a theory test, isn't it? So yes, so I've been revising. So I've decided a day I'm going to revise a full page and try to memorise the full page. So what I've been doing is the first page is all about monarchy. So what I've been doing is highlighting like the things that stand out the most, like the crucial, the important bit of the facts anyways. So it's like bullet points of different facts about the monarchy, and I've been highlighting the ones that I think stand out the most, and then I've been writing them down in my own words. So if I'm highlighting them and then writing them down, and then I'm going to read them through over and over again, I'm probably, like, I'm a bit crazy, I don't know if I'm the only person that does this, but I kind of sing a song in my head, like even though it doesn't make sense, like music kind of helps us through things. So I kind of sing it through and memorize it that way. So I'm just trying to like drill it in. So hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have that page memorized. So hopefully, but I'm going to watch a lot of films on Netflix. So yes, I shall keep you updated. Sorry, the first bit has been 15 minutes long. But I guess I'll just see you later.
Good morning.
Had an update from the doctors. So I had an update of my day. I'm currently watching Wizard of Oz. But it's a little update. So yesterday, as I said, I done a urine sample and a blood sample. And the bloods came back. Well, the urine came back clear. They couldn't find anything at all. No infection, nothing in the urine. Which I knew anyways, because I'm working in care. You see a lot of urine. You can tell by urine that if it's got an infection or something's not right. But mine was literally clear. It was almost like water, because I make sure I drink a lot of fluids and keep myself hydrated. But they say that because obviously they took 5 different samples of blood. So they say that for diabetes, I was tested for that. Clear. What else was clear? The glucose in my blood was fine. They're still waiting for liver, thyroid, and something else. But it could be thyroid, I don't know. But I'm starting to kind of think that maybe with all this coronavirus, I'm not saying I've got the coronavirus, but maybe I've picked up like another little virus or something. But if the tests come back, like the remaining tests, I've got to wait until 4 o'clock again tomorrow. If they come back clear, I'll have to go to the hospital to find out what's happening, because I can't go on like this. If my sugars are like that, it can be pretty dangerous. Plus, like I say, I'm not feeling myself, and I just want to be back to normal, so I'll have to just wait for the results. But I'm going to continue watching The Wizard of Oz. Then, I don't know, might go in the bath, have a nice bath. So yeah, I guess I'll leave today as it is, and I'll update you tomorrow. This munchkin is me creeping above drama. Watch. This one! Look at him creeping! Again, so today is Friday and it's the second day of the vlog. So as you've seen, I've had my breakfast, lovely cheese and pickles on toast, and I watched The Lion King. I've been in the bath, I've scalp plaited my hair. I'm ready now. But yes, so I thought maybe my sugars were starting to like sort themselves out, because yesterday they kind of were like staying at like 7 and 6, which is, I think, like the normal supposed to be like 7, 7.5, 8ish. But But today I woke up and it was 4.5, which is better than 3, I guess. But then I had my breakfast, as you've seen, and there's a lot of sugar in the pickle, there's a lot of sugar in the cheese, well, the soya cheese, and I had a bottle of Lucozade, and guess how high it went? It went from 4.5 to 5.5. Fantastic, isn't it? So yes, so a little bit of some schooling here, because a lot of the schools are closed. Well, a lot of schools are open, but they're not teaching. I think it's just so because obviously a lot of frontline workers, which is such as like cooks and nurses, doctors, policemen, firemen, care workers, all of them still have to work. So a lot of the children need like care for, and there's not a lot of, there's no, what's it, anyone to watch over them. So the schools are open for like activities, like fun activities as well. Or if people want to revise and stuff like that, that's what the schools are open for. So I may as well school you here. So what is diabetes? I hear you ask. I haven't got it because, like I told you, I got the all clear. But it is genetic in my family. So, like, my grandma had it, my great grandma had it, my mum, my uncles got it. And maybe one day I might get it, my cousins might get it. We don't know. So it's just one of them things. But basically what it is I told you about my body producing too much insulin. So if you're diabetic, it means that your body doesn't produce enough insulin. So insulin, kind of what insulin is, it kind of burns off all the bad things for your body. You know how like your body, like say you'll eat like food or you drink stuff, and your body, you need food and you need fluids for your body to keep going. But basically that goes in and then it goes down into your stomach and then it pushes it through to like your digestive system and your bowel and stuff like that, and your kidneys and your insulin kind of burn off like fats and sugars that you don't want in your body, mostly sugars. So as I say, I have too much insulin. So when I have sugar, instead of it just burning off the sugar, my body produces extra insulin instead of just. I think when the insulin burns off the sugar, it kind of like the insulin kind of dissolves with the sugar. I don't know, but I just know that my body produces too much insulin. If I have sugar, it can cause my body to produce even more insulin. But if you're a diabetic, you don't have enough, so it is harder for your body to burn off all them bad stuff like sugars and fats and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of diabetics either have like, it's either diet controlled. I know there's 3 stages. I think it's weird because I think, is it like stage 1 is diet controlled or stage 1 is like insulin dependent? It's either one of them. I think maybe it's insulin dependent is number 3. So that's kind of like the highest kind of diabetes. And then second one is kind of like tablet controlled, and then first is just diet controlled. So some people get diabetes through pregnancy or if they've put on a lot of weight, or sometimes people are just born with it. Sometimes it's genetic, so it's passed down. But it's nothing. I think there's a lot of things that can happen, but I wouldn't worry about it. Like, there's a lot of medical professionals that are really, really well knowledge on this, so they can help. So I wouldn't worry about it if you find out that you've got diabetes, but I haven't got it. So, but my sugar levels are dropping, so I don't really know what's happening. So maybe it's, like I said, it could be my thyroids. I just have to wait for the results at 4 o'clock today because I only got half the results. But anyways, I thought I would show you a little bit of, well, not a little bit. So if you're a diabetic, obviously sometimes you can just be diet controlled, tablet controlled, or insulin controlled. So diabetic, um, you've kind of got to make sure you keep an eye on the balance of your sugar levels, like the glucose in your sugar, because if that drops, you've got to put more insulin into your system. You've got to make sure your insulin levels are really balanced, so you know that the balance if your sugar levels are like bang on. But if your sugar's higher than 8, 10, if it's higher than 10, it just means you've got to drink a lot of water to kind of like flush out your system. But if it's low, you've got to have sugar, you've got to have in your system. But the way to keep an eye on your sugar levels is with this little machine here. So basically, I'm not going to show you because people are a bit scared about blood and stuff like that. So if you don't like hearing about blood or anything, then just keep going. Just keep until... But I'll not show you any blood. So basically, what happens is that you've got to prick your finger with this little needle. Yeah. So you've got to set it like that. It's kind of like a gun, isn't it? Oh, violent. So it's not like a gun. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that. But anyways, you use this little needle. You set it by pulling it like that. Then a little orange light. And then you press this down, and then a little prick comes out. And you prick your finger, kind of like Sleeping Beauty pricks her finger on a spinning wheel, apart from you won't be falling asleep until your handsome prince comes and wakes you up. You come and test your sugar. So you take that and you get these little glucose testing strips. So basically you put it in the machine like this. Let me just do it. I'm trying to do it one-handedly, girl. So you put it in the top like that, then it automatically comes on. So then you'll get the little blood sign flashing up. Can you see it at the top? You put the blood on the top of here, and then can you see in the back? There's like these. It's kind of like a grid, but that kind of like takes the sensors of your blood or whatever. But anyways, I don't know, I'm not that scientific. But then the blood kind of goes down. Well, it doesn't go down, but the levels, it kind of tests the levels. Then what percentage of your blood will come up on here. So you prick your finger, you put the blood on there, the blood goes down, and it tells you what levels your blood sugars are. And I'm going to test them now. As you see, it is 4.8, so it has dropped again. Fantastic. So now this means I'll have to try to have a little bit of sugar, because ideally I want my sugar levels to be like at least 6.8, 7, 9. But it's my mum says it's best if your sugar levels are high. No, she says it's better if your sugar stays at 10 than it being low, because it can, like, if my sugars remain low all the time and nothing's sorted about it, it could have a big effect on my body, my insulin levels, my kidneys. So I need to get kind of sorted out ASAP. So I'm hoping then the doctors will know what's wrong with the sugar level, with the blood. If not, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. Fabulous, isn't it? So I'm going to have some Oreos. I guess it's a good thing. Like, I don't know who said this to me, but somebody says that you've always got to see the brighter things in life. You've got to, so say, I think it was my head teacher, I think it was Mr. Boyle in my junior school. So he always said that he was a very wise man. He was like, I really loved Mr. Boyle. Shout out to the Lord Blighties. So basically, there was a lot of wise knowledge, he said. He said, I remember in the cloakrooms, because like a cloakroom was like when you come through the doors, it would be where you hung up your coat, your book bag and your shoes. We had to change our shoes from outdoor shoes to plimsolls. And in them cloakrooms there was like the quote on the wall of treat others the way that you would like to be treated, and he promoted that. But he said a lot of wise things. Like he used to say that he used to talk about the Billy Goat's Gruff, you know, the three goats and the troll. So like the goats were finished, like they were eating grass, and then there was no more grass, or the grass had died, but there was this little bridge over a creek, and they say if you look over the bridge, there's brighter grass, there's fresher grass over there, so let's go over there. So one goes over, and then this troll comes out the bridge, and he's like, no more, who goes there? No one will be crossing my bridge, or something like that. No crossing my bridge. And then the second, and then the third goat goes over, and he tells this thing, and then blah blah blah. Anyways, they end up defeating this troll, or befriending this troll, and this troll's like, oh, go ahead, something like that. But basically the message of is that there's always greener grass, brighter grass on the other side. So he used to always say that you've always got to see the positive things in life. And I think that's why I was one of his favourite pupils, because I tried to do that. You know, I tried to see the positive things in life. And he kind of supported me a lot through life. Like, I've got dyslexia. But when I was a child, it was still kind of saw as a disability. I guess it is a disability, but like it was kind of like if you had dyslexia, you'll have to go to like a school that is catered for children with learning difficulties. And he's like, no, he was like, that's not going to happen. Shannon, I've sat and I've taught Shannon, and Shannon is a smart child. She's smarter than you think. And I can have a proper adult conversation with Shannon. So Shannon will not be going to any special needs school. She will go to mainstream, and she's going to prove you all wrong. And here I am proving them all wrong. I'd really like to see where Mr. Boyle is and just be like, go and shake his hand. And because he was kind of like obviously the sport of my mum, because my mum's amazing, but he's kind of one of the people that encouraged us not to give up, you know, and keep fighting. And I guess that's why I always like to prove myself, and I always like to achieve things more. Like, I keep fighting to achieve things, like obviously going to Uganda and being part of the district deputy team leader, and being part of Girls Brigade and trying to be as high as I can, but also getting MVQ level 2 and 3. And I just want more and more and more. I want to achieve as much as I can, because that's kind of the way he's inspired me. So yes, a little bit of a heartstring. But yes, he told me that there's always brighter grass on the other side. So always look at the positive things. So the message where I was trying to get to is that even though my sugar levels are really low, the positive thing is that I can have some lovely yummy treats. Normally, with us producing too much insulin, and if I have sugar, my sugar levels will go high. So I don't really eat a lot of sugar. And so I guess it's kind of a bit of a treat, isn't it? A bit of a treat. I mean, doctors prefer you not to have sugar. They prefer you to have like natural sugars, sugar like that's like slow releasing sugar, like wheat or nuts and stuff like that. But if they're dropping low all the time, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna have as many treats as I can while this lasts. I'm not recommending that though. If you're a diabetic, don't eat loads of sweets. Just, I'm not well, okay? I know I might seem well, but technically, inside, I am not well. I am trying to I'm a tough cookie, really. Like, I feel sick and I feel dizzy and weak, but I'll try to fight through it. You know what I mean? That's just the kind of person I am. Maybe I should just not be flogging. Maybe I should be just sleeping. But hey ho, at least this is kind of like awareness kind of thing. Awareness of be careful when it comes to sugars and don't be taking things for granted. You know, and at least like if that means that I can make someone who's feeling the same symptoms as me, and they kind of like confused with what's happening, maybe this might help them. So we're kind of in the same boat because I still don't really know what's happening. I thought the bloods would come back and they would be saying, unfortunately, you're a diabetic now. But they're clear. So I don't know. Maybe it's something about my liver. The doctor's always telling us that I've got a fatty liver and I need to get rid of the fat because you only have one liver and you need to look after your liver. That's what the doctor keeps telling me. But I don't care. You know, if I'm happy, that's all that's important. Well, maybe my health is important as well. But like I say, you've always got to look on the brighter side of things and just not worry too much. That's what I'm trying to say. Not to worry too much. Just, you know, I just have to realise that there is always an answer to things. That's what I'm trying to say. So yes. So now I'm going to have some sweets. I never finished off the Wizard Farce, so I'm going to finish off the Wizard Farce. I'm going to do more revision. And I've started a challenge for beginning quarantine. So I've started 2 challenges. One's the Disney challenge and it's 30 days. I'm not going to be in quarantine for 30 days. But I'll still continue with the challenge. So it's the Disney challenge and it tells you to pick one thing each day. So you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter to find out what I be uploading every day. And the other challenge is a drawing challenge. So each day you get something else to draw. So yesterday I had to draw my favourite animal. And I'm not going to tell you because that will be another video in itself. The whole result of the 30-day drawing challenge. And today I have to draw a flower. So I'm going to do that right around. But first things first, I have to make sure my sugars go up because I don't want them dropping lower than 4.5. So I'll see you later. So decided to watch Mary Poppins and have some dinner, then revise. Favourite part of the film. Favourite part of the film. Go on, out of the way with you. They won't want you here. Go on. See you later. N.E.M. It's Twister. Hurry, before they drop a house on you. Go on. That's it. Oh. Hold on to your knickers, love. You tell them. Go on. Oh. Bless my soul, it's Mary Poppins. 3.8, not 2.8. 3.8, so ice cream for me. Soy ice cream doesn't have a lot of sugar in it anyways. So... But whilst I was watching Mary Poppins, do you ever, I don't know if it's just me, as I've got older, when I was younger, I could quite happily just sit there and let them just sit there. But have you ever, maybe it's just now, but do you ever just sit there and realise there's dirty dishes? There's dirty dishes that need to be doing. There's dirty dishes. There's dirty dishes. They're not going to clean themselves. So you've got to go and clean them or you'll not be settled. There was a big pile of dishes because we had homemade curry last night. And when you make curry, it turns out a lot of dishes get used. So we're just sitting there. Mum's at work, Dad's at the allotment, and I was thinking, oh, I'll have to wash them. I can't just let them sit there. What do I do? So I washed them. So I'm gonna eat some ice cream and watch the rest of Mary Poppins. I did my little drawing challenge. I've done the revision for the government section and rang the doctors, and they still don't know what's wrong with me. Brilliant. It's just brilliant, isn't it? It's fantastic. It is Saturday, day 3. Isolation, and it comes to something. Yeah, I'm leaving the house just for a drive. It's not like I can go anywhere because a lot of places are closed. So get some fresh air. Because, yeah, I'm still not well. Yes. I mean, Chalice is open, but it's only the window. Are they going to do the vegan ice cream at the window? This is the question. And I know it sounds dramatic, but I feel as if just coming out the house, I feel as if I woke up from a coma. My body is just, and my eyes are so heavy, and I know I keep saying it, but I've got zero energy, like no energy at all. I just can't wait until Monday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll get me blooming results back. Because I just want to get sorted. I've got to go back to work on Friday. So, let's see if she comes back with vegan ice cream for me. That's something, I think. Just taking some time. Just there at the window, so things are looking positive. Things are looking positive. My teeth are a little yellow as well, and that, I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's a lot of people, but I look after my teeth, and I like my teeth to be clean, to be white, and when I'm not well, they go not yellow, but like creamy colour, and my teeth are clean, I promise you, but, and I think, like, even though my body is like, that's the one thing that's bugging us, that my teeth aren't as white as I want. So yes. Oh, she's waiting. She's waiting. I'm excited. Remember, RuPaul's Drag Race, the new episode is on. So I'll be able to watch that when I get back. Oh, someone's doing karate on the bridge. Someone is doing... What? Wait there, let's get this. If I can, because it's quite far away. But, what? You must think he's Karate Kid. Son? Go on. Wait for it. It's gonna do a kick. It's coming. It's coming. Go on, son. Boom, boom. Go on, son. Watch the people's coming past. Nah, I'm not gonna get another kick, am I? I'm not gonna get another kick. Go on, son. Rocky Balboa. He comes. Oh, focus, focus, focus on me. Focus. Here she comes with the goodies. What you got me?
Vegan Easter egg.
What's that? Is that it?
Sunday.
Oh my goodness! General report. Let me know in the comments below who you think's gonna win or who your favourite is. So far, rooting for Jan. Come on, Jan. Come on, girl. Yeah, but as much as I love RuPaul's outfit in the workroom kind of looks like them little pictures you used to get with, you know, with the coloured dots and that, and you had to try to save, you could say the number to test you for leukemia. This is what his outfit looks like. Oh, yep, I think I see your number 23 there, like. Mate. Oh, man. Wait. Yeah.
I'm so excited to bring the soccer fantasy to this runway. This look is chic. Not to mention, I'm dribbling a soccer ball down this runway.
It's like Cruella de Vil. Real love.
Well, you know.
She got an over-the-shoulder boulder holder.
I have my completely rhinestone tracksuit and my
I would wear that tracksuit, but not with heels.
I look flawless.
No.
She's dripping in Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
This looks like the DNA
Ball, and she's come down. It's an actual ball.
My balls to the wall eleganza is high concept. It's cool. It's
It's day 4 and it is Mother's Day, so I've made me mum some breakfast today, so I'll show you. I've made her favourite scrambled egg on toast. Let's go. I love you. I love you too. Mum, how's your Mother's Day been?
Fabulous.
Tell them what you got.
Being spoiled rotten. Breakfast in bed. Massage. Chocolates, flowers, tickets to wine and spectacles, and afternoon tea, and it's only
Around
2
your bath
o'clock.
for you?
Oh yeah, big bubble bath.
I did all the chores, so you didn't
Yeah,
have to
she's
do it.
done all the washing, all the dishes,
I'm
all
going
the tidying up.
well, I'll do that anyways, but not all the time. Hold me hand up.
No, I'm an afternoon nap because my tummy is so full of lovely, delicious afternoon tea treats.
Watched, what was it called? Going Out in Style.
Going Out in
Recommend
Style.
that film.
Yeah, good film.
Good film. I'm going to have an afternoon nap, mate.
So you double trip.
Give your mum
Take
lots
your-
of hugs, lots of kisses, but you're never too old for hugs. Kisses of your mummy.
Yeah, I'm so tired now. I think it's all the cheese and crackers I've just eaten.
Yeah. I want to have much cake.
I'm tired now. Go sleep. Night night.
Night night. Night night. Night night.